And Lou, talk to me about this. What can public policy achieve and not achieve at the HBCU level? What's the role?
So, Dr. Turnley illuminated this topic earlier in the conversation. HBCUs produce 25% of all Black STEM graduates. And if I'm not mistaken, they produce half of all terminal degrees for women at the PhD level. We need more investment in our historically Black colleges and universities. And I'd like to give an example because diversity has been, as Dr. Turnley just shared, such a, I don't understand why, but a polarizing and divisive issue. Don't you want a maximum competitive pool of citizenry in this economy and country? We are being challenged now, like never before, by other nation states for global economic dominance. And we can't seem to understand why it wouldn't behoove us to make sure that every citizen in this country is trained up, especially in advanced knowledge in STEM, which now drives the world economy, although it might only represent 5% of all jobs in the US. It drives the economy, from technology to biopharm, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So for us, Francis, our CEO, Dr. Michael Lomax, is working incredibly hard with the Hill to continue to increase and ramp up our investments, as well as infrastructure building, capacity building with our historically Black colleges, because they play such an important role. And I just want to share this one important kind of anecdotal story. In our program with the Fund 2 Foundation UNCF STEM Scholars Program, we had a student who, on her second day of college campus at an Ivy League institution in Boston, she contacted us in absolute tears and said, and Dr. Turnley knows the story, I've shared this with her. She said that she was followed by a group of white students to her dorm, and they were shouting the N-word at her and her friend. And she was in absolute tears, and she asked us, what support services can she get? And in this case, it was tutoring, because she didn't want to be seen as that one dumb Black kid going to the academic resource or support center on her campus. So let's just take politics out of this. Yeah. Let's just take this back to a human level. Yeah. Imagine if that was your second day on campus, regardless of your race, and that was your experience, and how that might now impact your point of view of what your experience will be like on that campus. And so, like Dr. Turnley said, our minority students are under attack. This is fact, and we have to put the structural mechanisms in place to ensure that they feel as supported, valued, and seen as possible.